Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Good afternoon. Good day. Sorry, I ran out of greetings there. My name's Abdullah Afzal. I'm an actor, comedian, presenter, host, whatever it is you'd like to call me. I've probably done that. And I'll be hosting today's event, which is the first ever Bury MACFEST, which is a part of the National MACFEST 2021. Of course, we would all love to be meeting physically and in person at a hall somewhere with lovely food and the entertainment. But of course, we are in difficult times. It is a pandemic season still, which means that we've had to do it virtually. But I have to say a huge congratulations to the organisers of MACFEST, everyone involved for putting on such fantastic events in the past virtually as well. And this will be another one that hopefully will bring smiles to people's faces and a good afternoon of entertainment. I'd like to start by thanking all our sponsors. First, of course, Glorious Gifts Bury, who have also sent me this lovely gift bag, which is fantastic. And it also includes a nice little piece here from House of Rochdale. So thank you very much for the goodie bag. I really enjoyed it. And of course, you guys will be receiving yours shortly too. A lot of nice little treats in there, hot chocolates and so. I'd also like to thank the other sponsors that we have as well. Of House of Rochdale, we mentioned already, Bury Town of Culture, Bury Council, and it's Newtons of Bury as well. Now, as I say, this is a virtual event. It's great to have so many people join us and speak. I really hope you do enjoy the show. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce someone who is fantastic, really fantastic person, inspiration to so many people. She's got so many achievements. I've actually got a bio in front of me, but I've had to cut it down because it would take me about 4 hours and 23 minutes to read all of it. So she is the founder, curator, and executive director of MACFEST UK, a novelist, educationalist, award-winning activist. In fact, she was on the Queen's Honour List this year as well. She is now MBE, so I'd like to pass it over to Qaisra Shahraz MBE.
Thank you so much, Abdullah, for a wonderful, warm welcome to everybody and to me, of course. Thank you. And assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are sitting around the world, because MACFEST is international. And so welcome to MACFEST 2021 and welcome to Bury MACFEST. Greetings to our distinguished guests, speakers, performers, participants, and all the attendees who have joined us today. Vice Lord Lieutenant Sharmin Birtles, Abdullah Afzal, and we at Muslim Arts and Culture Festival are thrilled to launch the first Bury MACFEST, hosted in partnership with BAME Project and their partners in Bury. So many congratulations to you all, and Mubarak to all the organizers, partners, sponsors, and people of Bury for making this happen. It's truly a delightful thing to have happened. Thank you, Vice Lord Lieutenant Sharmin Birtles, for joining us on this very auspicious occasion to launch Bury MACFEST 2021. Well done. And thank you, Abdullah, for being our marvelous host. So let me explain about the MACFEST mission, which is to promote peace and harmony, promote community cohesion, and break barriers. We aim to connect communities through art and cultural activities to spread sweetness, happiness, and celebrate diversity. Our slogans are very apt: celebrating arts and connecting communities, and spread honey, not hate. MACFEST is a national festival. Anyone in partnership with us can host their own local MACFEST, as long as it's the same mission to celebrate diversity and celebrate multi-art forms and engage with local communities and including with women. Umrana Farouk from BAME Project approached me last year that they were keen to bring MACFEST to Bury. I am so pleased with what BAME Project has achieved with this event, led by my wonderful dear friend Umrana Farouk, her family, colleagues, supported by Bury Council, and others, and all the sponsors. So it's been a real success story for us. Thank you for the lovely goodie bags that Abdullah has shown. Well, here's mine as well. I proudly show you, okay? And here's also my little canvas from Rochdale House. So thank you for that. What a pleasure it is to receive it. Thank you everybody for their generosity. As Abdullah has mentioned, it was supposed to have been a live event with hundreds of people, with food, with entertainment, with the buzz, with the cultural hubs. Instead, we have had to offer this digital event. I'm sure you will still enjoy it. And it was all, the work was all done with social distancing, hosted at Newton's, who have been a marvelous partner of BAME Project. So over back to you, Abdullah. Thank you again for being a host for MACFEST.
Absolutely, absolute pleasure on my side here. So thank you again for having me. Of course, as you mentioned, I've done lots of these before. I've enjoyed them thoroughly, and you know what? It's a fantastic place to network as well. I meet some fantastic people. I'll be honest with you, I feel like I've achieved nothing in life when I meet the people that Qaisra invites onto these things. Unbelievable. The bios of these people that I have to go through. I'm like, how have they done that?
Yeah.
Are they living for 600 years to achieve so much? It's incredible.
But
really,
you know what, Abdullah, you've done amazing as an actor, comedian, for putting us on the map. You know, we are huge admirers of you. Okay.
Thank you. You didn't have to say that, but thank you. Talking about great achievers, it's time to introduce my next guest. This bio. Okay, so can I just say, I went through it yesterday, and I thought to myself, as a host, how am I supposed to fit all this in? She has achieved incredible things.
Absolutely.
So with I'm not trying to belittle any of her achievements, but I've just included 3 of my favorite ones. She is, of course, she was appointed Deputy Lieutenant of Greater Manchester in 2008. She was privileged to serve as High Sheriff in 2015 and 2016. At the moment, she has been appointed, well, the last November, she was appointed Vice Lord Lieutenant as well. One incredible person to have on this MACFEST, the first Bury MACFEST, in fact. I'd like to introduce, say a few words, Charmaine Birtles. Charmaine.
Charmaine, you'll have to unmute yourself.
There we go. She's doing it now. Fantastic.
Sorry, there we go. As I was saying, good afternoon, everyone, and so many thanks for your invitation to join you today at this very first MACFEST Bury event. I'm delighted to be here, and I bring you greetings not only from myself, but also the Lord Lieutenant, Sir Warren Smith, and I'm certain that, like MACFEST in Manchester, you will go from strength to strength. As you all know, you've already been told that MACFEST started in Manchester in, I think it was 2017, as the brainchild of Qaisra, and we all have much to thank her for. MACFEST has been instrumental in building bridges and confronting negative stereotypes and giving Muslim heritage a platform in such a way that it engages people from a wide variety of backgrounds. The goals and the aims are have to be admired, and we all should live by those very thoughts of spread honey, not hate. It's a lovely way of putting what we all should believe in. As we already know, Islamic communities are rich with culture, and today we celebrate those wonderfully diverse civilizations. We're learning about and embracing each other's cultures, and it's most definitely the best way forward to promote understanding, harmony and inclusion. And so, like everybody else who's attending today, I'm looking forward to witnessing the cultural journey through the Middle East whilst in the Western world and the BAME project. I wish you all great success. And finally, thanks to Imrana for taking this on board. I'm sure she was already busy enough in Bury, but she's chosen to take this on board, and like everybody else, thank you for the goodie bag. Sadly, I can't hold mine up because I've already delved into it and eaten most of it, so thank you anyway, but I look forward to the afternoon. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Charmaine. Charmaine Birtles there. Thank you so much for joining us. Some great words there. And now, to put together something like the Bury MACFEST takes a lot of time. It takes dedication. It takes literally 23 hours of your day to put together something like this. Tremendous amount of hard work went into actually putting this on today, which is surprising because the lady who helped put this together today, the Bury MACFEST, is actually NHS ward clerk, a council candidate for Bury East this coming May, of course, founder of the BAME Project, whilst also being a busy mum of 5. So I have no idea how she's put this together. I've had all the time in the world, and I've just about written something down on this notepad. So I have to give her massive props as well. So let's hear a little bit from her. So I'd like to welcome the organizer of today's Bury MACFEST, Umrana Farouk.
Hi everyone, my name's Umrana Farouk and I'm the founder of the BAME Project. Welcome to Bury MACFEST. Join us for an afternoon of enchantment and enjoyment, a cultural journey through the Middle East, in the West world with the BAME Project, with taste activities including South Asian fashion, henna painting, the art of Bollywood dancing, aesthetic Arabic calligraphy and food. I'm really pleased that our volunteers and our guests have actually come together and showcased this digitally, but I'm sure you'll enjoy yourselves through our journey. Welcome to Bury MACFEST.
Fantastic. Now, as you can see, it is time for some entertainment. This is from Rosetta Entertainment. They'll be performing a dance, an Afghan dance. So I'll leave you to them now for some great entertainment. Absolutely fantastic again from Rosetta Entertainment. Great as always. We'll see more of them in a little while, but as you can see on the screen, it is time to introduce our next guest, who is, of course, the Mayor of Bury, Tim Pickstone, who's also been the Councillor of the Holyrood Ward for Bury for 21 years. So incredible achievement there. Yeah, let's take it to the Mayor of Bury, Tim Pickstone.
My name's Tim Pickstone, the Mayor of Bury, and I'd just like to record this short message to wish you the very, very best for the Muslim Art and Culture Festival. I'm sorry I can't be with you directly, but obviously in Bury we're very proud that we've been awarded the Town of Culture status in Greater Manchester. We have so much to offer, and our town is very diverse and a happy town, and we welcome visitors, residents and businesses on a daily basis. So good luck today. I'm very happy and very supportive of the work of the BAME Project, and I look forward to coming and meeting with members and volunteers when we're allowed to do so. Good luck.
Fantastic. Great there to hear from Tim Pickstone. But let's hear a little bit more from someone who's a great inspiration to young people everywhere. He was the youngest council leader in the history of Bury Council, a cabinet member for finance and growth. He also set up the country's first student-led food bank, which, you know, is just an incredible achievement. It really is, especially in these times. So let's hear a little bit from Eamon O'Brien, leader, Bury Council.
I'm Councillor Eamon O'Brien, the leader of Bury Council, and it's a real pleasure to be speaking about this amazing festival. I think it's a wonderful idea because anything that celebrates the rich diversity of our borough is to be absolutely welcomed. I think one of the things we've appreciated more than ever before over this really difficult year is the strength of our community and the fact that we all look out for each other, especially in these really difficult times. And then to be able to celebrate that diversity and the contribution that people make is fundamental, I think, to everything that is great about Bury. So this is really wonderful, and I'm really pleased to be a part of it. Yeah, so last year we were actually given the first ever status as the Town of Culture, and that's actually for the entire borough of Bury. It was a new initiative to celebrate the rich cultural diversity, the innovations, the passions that people have in a variety of different ways. Because actually, what makes life great is our celebration of culture. It's the time we spend together. It's the creativity we share amongst ourselves. And I think we've got such a wonderful array of cultural assets and cultural people in our borough that to be awarded this status against some pretty tough opponents across Greater Manchester was a fantastic achievement. We've not quite managed to get everything off the ground because of the restrictions, but actually despite that, So many people have been doing amazing things online, virtually, and in any way they can to really promote and celebrate that Town of Culture award that we have got. We've still got time throughout the rest of this year to do even more, and so I'm really looking forward to sharing and contributing and participating in a whole array of different events in the time that we've got left with the status of Town of Culture for the next year. Yeah, so the BAME Project is just a wonderful community initiative. Its work is incredibly important, and not just actually with the challenges we've got during COVID. We know that poverty, deprivation, isolation, all of those existed before COVID. They will exist after it as well. And so to have a really passionate, dedicated community initiative like the BAME Project, making a difference to some of our most vulnerable residents, is so vital. And I want to just put on record my thanks to everybody who is involved with it, with the incredible leadership of Umrana, her team of volunteers, and everybody who has contributed to donations, both in products, in finances, and just the time that people give. It really does make a difference in people's lives. And the more of that we can do, the more we can support, the better.
Fantastic. Again, thanks to him for recording that for us. A great guy, as you can tell already. Someone who I've not had the pleasure to meet, but hopefully I'll meet in a future Bury MACFEST once this pandemic is over. I do hope so anyway. Right, next up, I'd like to invite to have a talk, have a chat with us. It is a casual evening right now, and we are enjoying each other's company. He is a cabinet member for Children's Services, Young People and Skills. He's a councillor for the Red Vales ward in Bury, and he will be taking us through also later on the cultural exhibits as well that he wants to share with us. But before that, let's just hear a few words from him. It's Deputy Leader of Bury Council, Taimur Rafiq.
Hi, I'm Councillor Taimur Tariq, Deputy Leader, Bury Council. It's an honour and privilege for me to be here today at Bury's first MACFEST festival. This is an international festival that celebrates Muslim arts and culture. And it's been amazing today to look at history and cultural items from Turkey, from India, from Afghanistan, and from Pakistan also. I think we're so lucky in Bury to have a diverse community where we can celebrate our cultural heritage and also have the best of both worlds in celebrating our cultural heritage whilst also being British as well. There is so much to celebrate and look back on in terms of the historical nature of the Muslim faith, but also the different cultures that are represented from South Asia specifically. And I'd like to pay tribute to the founder of the BAME Project in Bury, Umrana Farooq, for bringing the MACFEST Festival to Bury for the first time. I hope over the coming years we're able to have a bigger MACFEST gathering where we're able to celebrate and share history and food and celebrate what's best about the culture of our unique town.
Fantastic. I'd like to apologise. I did call him Taimur Rafiq for some reason. It is Taimur Tariq, of course. Now he's just going to take us through a few of the culture exhibits for us today. This is the culture segment, so I'd like to hand it back over to Taimur Tariq, of course, to show us some culture exhibits.
Hi Hadi, I was wondering if you can tell me a bit about yourself and your stall here today.
Hi, I'm representing my country's culture. This is the outfits that we wearing in the weddings and most of important occasions. Like this is for the men, they wear it in their Mehendi night, like for the Henna night, and this is for the ladies, that the brides and most of people wear it in the Mehendi night, and they sometimes wear it in the weddings as well.
Brilliant. This is really colourful, really bright, really extravagant. Could you tell us what country it comes from?
Oh, I'm from Afghanistan, and this is the Afghanistan traditional clothes.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
So Hadia, the furniture we've got at the end looks very, very comfortable. Could you tell us a bit about it?
These are the cushion and the pillow that we sit on it, and all Afghan people decorate their houses with these cushion and pillows. And as you see, these are Afghan jewelries, and that's it.
So that's somewhere comfortable to sit with a hot cup of tea after a very long day?
Yeah.
So Zeba, hi. This looks really, really fascinating. Looks very historical and very cultural. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about the collection that you've got here.
Hi, this is from Turkey, and I'm representing Turkey today. I have Turkish jewelry, I have Turkish lamp, Turkish sweets, and some of the pots which we can use for the tea. There's the pots we can use for the tea, and there's some spices from Turkey as well. So this is all from there, and this is a special hat which the Turkish people wear. So this is all.
Wow, brilliant. Hi, Umrana, you've got some really fascinating things here as part of your collection. So we've got colourful clothes, really nice colourful bangles, the shoes, we've got some storybooks there, we've got what looks like a drum and some other bits and bats. I was wondering if you can tell me a bit about everything you've got laid out here and where it comes from.
Yeah, sure. This stuff is from Pakistan. So we've got different parts of Pakistan textiles here, from like the north side of Pakistan and the south side of Pakistan. So like Sindhi prints, and we've got Rajasthani prints, which is more like on the side of India. We've got the Asian jewellery here, and we've got the traditional shoes, the kussas. We've got the Urdu books that are read in Pakistan. This is the education of Pakistan. We do read these books, so they have all different levels. Bangles, which we wear for weddings and celebrations, and that's a miniature truck, as you can see, what we have in Pakistan. Drums used for lots of different festivals, and that is a miniature version of a charbai, which is like a bed. It's a bed in the village. Very comfortable, and they are used like sleeping outdoors. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you.
I'm Anu and I'm from India, and these are the sculptures and scriptures from India. So all this, if you go to a house in India, you'll see all the scriptures in front, and we welcome people with a deepam or diya, which is very common in there, and also with a lot of fruits. So you can see the display there with the fruits as well. So we tend to use more of copper vessels and as well as brass vessels, which is really good for our health. And onto your left, you can see that the display of the jewelries and the jewels which we use. This is all these jewels we normally use it during a wedding. And also it's a colorful country. It's multicultural as well, multilinguistic. So I've just represented 2 states from South India, and also we use a lot of jewelries. That's what I would like to show the world today.
Such more. This is our South Asian food table here. I can see very vibrant and different flavours. So we've got our Afghani pulao, Kabuli pulao here, and we've got the Asian mithai, Asian biscuits from Pakistan, and at the front we've got South Asian laddus and jalebi, and we've got the sambar and dosa here, and we've got a very popular Pakistan dish here called pani puri.
Yeah, so do you want me to have a go?
Mm-hmm. Right, all in one. How's that?
Very nice. So I'm going to try this dish, which is called a samba. Very nice. So I'm going to try some mithai, which are basically traditional sweets from South Asia. And I've been told the one that I really like is called a rasgulla. So I'm going to try and pick it out. Yummy.
Fantastic. I wish I had his job. Just went around eating everything. I've got to sit here with a bottle of water.
The same for me as well. I want to join in with all that food.
I was going to say, I mean, most of his segment was him chewing.
I know. Lovely time they must have
fantastic.
had.
Do you know what? I wanted to really plan and visit so many countries around the world so I can experience different cultures and different ways people live. But it turns out I don't actually have to go around the world. I could just go to Bury and I'll experience all the culture I need to experience. So that's fantastic. Thank you for that again, Tabul Tariq. Now then, over to our next speaker. She's a councillor for St Mary's Ward in Bury, and she was also the mayoress for Bury 2018-2019. So it's my pleasure to welcome, say a few words, Councillor Jane Black.
Hello everybody, my name is Jane Black. I'm a Prestwich councillor in Bury Council, and I'm also cabinet member for the cultural economy, which means a lot of different things. We see culture in a very wide sense. It's not just art galleries and museums and theatres, although all of those are very, very important. It is also that broader network of community organisations, talented people, small businesses which are creative, freelancers, and all of those things make up what we would call the cultural world, the cultural economy, which has obviously been knocked sideways during the last 12 months because of COVID-19. And it has been very, very important for Bury to continue having a focus on culture during that year. Just before the pandemic arrived in December 2019, it was announced that Bury was to become the first Greater Manchester town of culture. And of course, we started to make lots of plans for a range of events to be delivered, and all that got stopped in its stride. But what's been exciting, what's been very important, is the way that people have been innovative to do things in different ways. Just like today, I'm sitting here distanced from someone who's filming me, and there are no people around, so it's all very safe, and hopefully it won't be too long before this kind of event can be held with members of the public attending again. So the intention for the Bury Town of Culture year was to very much strengthen the cultural offer in Bury, which is already very, very bright, vibrant, with very many groups, musical bands, choirs. I could name an awful long list of amateur and professional artists around the town. And it is interesting that Bury is normally one of the most visited visitor destinations in Greater Manchester, partly because of things like the East Lancs Railway and of course the world famous Bury Market, which is still in a very small way opening safely at the moment, and I urge people to come and shop and to return when you feel able to do so. But certainly we welcome MACFEST as part of the Year of Culture. What's really interesting in Bury is you've got some very, very traditional groups like the Bess's Band, which is over 100 years old, but equally you've got new groups, and the BAME Project that is hosting MACFEST this year and has done all the work to get it off the ground and to deliver some activities in Bury is one of those newer groups. We're just approaching the census by the time this is filmed. I hope you will have completed your census forms, and my understanding is that at the last census the Pakistani community was the second largest community in Bury. And there are many other Muslim communities, there are Jewish communities, there are very, very many people who've come to make Bury their home. And what I found out quite interestingly, a couple of years ago, there were about 126 native languages spoken in people's homes by young children. And many schools have children with sort of 30, 40 languages attending. So it really is a diverse town. It's not all about black pudding, it's about onion bhajis and pakoras too, and bagels.
Fantastic. Before she takes us on her cultural exhibit, I do want to once again thank her personally as well for all that she's doing for the arts sector as well as a arts and culture sector is, in fact, because it is important that we have a voice. All of us in arts, we're struggling, not being able to perform at theatres, etc. And it is important that we have a voice like Jane. So thank you again, Jane, for all the hard work you put in during this pandemic. Now it's time for Jane Black, hopefully, to give us a little bit of a culture exhibit. This is the segment 2 of our culture exhibit with Jane Black.
I'd like to welcome Councillor Jane Black today to our Bury MACFEST at the cultural segment. Hi, Jane.
Hello, Imrana. I'm really pleased to be here at the start of Bury MACFEST, which is the first MACFEST that Bury has hosted as a town. And can I say, as the Cabinet Member for Culture, we are so delighted that we are hosting this event, thanks to the hard work of Imrana and her team. Bury is such a diverse town. We have over 120 languages spoken in this town by school pupils and by families at home, and we are really pleased to see the cultures, and some of them are reflected here today.
Right, so what we do is we crack the top, condense it, then we pop some chickpeas in it.
Is there vegetable in there as well?
Yeah, there's potato, tomatoes, and some salad in there. And then what you do, then you get the tamarind sauce. And then in one go, you pop it in your mouth.
Knock it back.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bury MACFEST.
Bury MACFEST, yes.
Thank you very much for that. Again, the culture exhibit is just people eating, isn't it? I mean, it's great. You just hear people crunching away, eating some chinnapuri, what was it again? Golgappe. Oh, amazing. One of my favourite foods as well. Fantastic. Now, as you can see on the screen, it's time to introduce another special guest. He's a podcast lover, someone who enjoys working closely with the community. He's Newton's manager, Matthew Kendall.
Because MACFEST is hosted at Newton's, I've been able to look at different cultures that have come into the space. So we've had Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey and India, showing the different clothes, food, different aromas, jewellery. So it's been really interesting to see those cultures. We managed to get a goodie bag and my name in Arabic as well, so that's been even better.
Brilliant. Thank you, Matthew. Now it's time for our second entertainment segment. Again, this is by Rosetta Entertainment. Earlier they did a Afghani dance, so now it's time to move to a different part of the world, not too far away from Afghanistan. It's time to see some Kashmiri dance by Rosetta Entertainment.
Sham rang bumbra, bumbra, sham rang bumbra. नशा बाकी सारे छूटे हाथों से अब मेहंदी का ये रंग कभी ना छूटे बुम्बरो बुम्बरो शाम रंग बुम्बरो 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 शाम रंग बुम्बरो आए हो किस बगिया से ओ तुम बुम्बरो बुम्बरो शाम रंग बुम्बरो 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 शाम रंग बुम्बरो आए हो किस बगिया से ओ तुम चंदा की पालकी में दिल की मुराद लाई जन्नत का नूर लेके मेहंदी की रात आई मेहंदी की रात चंदा की पालकी में दिल की मुराद लाई जन्नत का नूर लेके मेहंदी की रात आई रूपी सहेलियों के ख्वाबों की रोशनी है सबने दुआएं मांगी रब ने कबूल की है ये हाथों में मेहंदी है ये शाम की लाली है चंदा की पालकी में दिल की मुराद लाई जन्नत का नूर लेके मेहंदी की रात आई रूपी सहेलियों के ख्वाबों की रोशनी है सबने दुआएं मांगी रब ने कबूल की है ये हाथों में मेहंदी है या शाम की लाली चांद तारे लेकर आई रात डाली बुम्बरो बुम्बरो शाम रंग बुम्बरो 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 शाम रंग बुम्बरो आए हो किस बगिया से बुम्बरो बुम्बरो तुम बुम्बरो बुम्बरो आए हो किस बगिया से बुम्बरो बुम्बरो
Bumbaro, bumbaro. I love that. Did you guys enjoy that? If anyone knows what bumbaro means, can you write in the comments so I can read it as well? Bumbaro, bumbaro. I know we were all moving. Fantastic. Great. Again, that from the fantastic Rosetta Entertainment. Thank you again. We'll have more from them later on as well. Okay, now it's time to move on to our henna artist, of course, who is actually a dental nurse and a Project BAME volunteer. Fantastic to have her here. So let's have a look at some fantastic henna artistry with Huma Rukhsar Farooq.
Hi, so I'm here today with Huma Farooq, who's a henna artist, and having my henna done. So Huma, how long have you been doing henna for?
I've been doing henna since the age of 10.
Wow. And you look it looks very therapeutic. Do you enjoy doing it?
Yeah, I do.
And how long does it take to learn to do henna?
So from the age of 10, I originally started seeing my mum doing the henna because she used to do it for events and parties. But then I liked doing it, so then I started practicing on my sisters, and then I got better at it just by copying from books and pictures, and then I've started doing it professionally now. So I also do it for group events.
Wow, that's interesting. So what is exactly henna? How is it made?
So henna is a plant, and the leaves of the henna plant are dried up and made into a powder, and then water and oils such as eucalyptus oil are added to it, and then they're added to these cones.
Is that to enhance the colour?
Yeah.
Wow. Your hand's very steady at doing this.
It takes practice.
Yeah. So do the designs symbolise anything, or do they just do you do different designs for different occasions?
I just go off whatever the client wants. So if they say that they want like particular design,
Yeah.
I just go off that. But I do like doing freestyle, which I've learned to do recently, just by looking at a lot of other designs and just incorporating my own designs into them.
Wow, that's interesting. And have you ever done bridal henna?
Yeah, I've done bridal henna on a couple of occasions. I do group bookings, and what I do is I do the bridal henna separate, and then I usually do like the bridesmaids and the family's henna as well.
So what do I do now? Do I let this dry?
Yeah, so it will take about 10 to 15 minutes to dry when I've done the full pattern, and then if you just crumble it off, I'd advise not to wash it off because then it affects the colour.
Okay. Then I believe some people put lemon and sugar on it. Does that actually make the colour darker, or?
Well, I've heard that it has, but for me personally, it's not really helped. But I use something else.
What do you use?
I use vapor rub.
Vapor rub?
Yeah, I use vapor rub. I find that works miles better. Oldham.
Wow, Hima, that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I'll come to you again.
I love how civilized that conversation was between mother and daughter. We're not tricked. We know your mother and daughter. Spoke to her mother in third person there. I love that. That was fantastic. Everything she said, her mum had just taught her when she was younger. You could tell. She just repeated it back to her. It looked like a very proud mum there as well. Fantastic. Okay, time to move on to another member of the family, I believe, unless this is just a coincidence. She is a calligraphy artist. That's easy for me to say. She's an apprentice pharmacy dispenser. I'll pretend I know what that means, but I know it sounds fancy, and a lot of hard work went into that. She is a calligraphy artist, so let's have a look to see if she's speaking to her mum, having a very formal conversation again. Is Qaisra Shahraz Farooq.
Hi, I'm with Qaisra today, Qaisra Farooq, and she's going to show us some of her artistic work in Arabic calligraphy. So Qaisra, can you show me what you've been doing today?
Today we're doing a frame for the name Henna.
Okay.
It's in Arabic.
So how long have you been doing Arabic calligraphy for?
I've done Arabic calligraphy just over 6 months, and I started
Wow.
off on English calligraphy just over 12 months ago.
Okay, I can see on your outfit as well, you've got calligraphy on your outfit.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Where did you get that from?
Saudi Arabia. My mum went on holiday to Saudi Arabia. She picked this up for me.
Lovely. And I see that you have done me a little cute little canvas as well, with my name on it in Arabic. So that's very cute.
Thank you.
Again, thank you very much to the Farooq family there. Great to see your daughters getting involved, and clearly very, very talented, taking off them after their mum, who I just met the other day. So I actually have no idea how talented you are, to be honest, but you seem very talented, Umrana. Now it's time to move on to our next speaker. She's a BAME Project trustee, councillor from Ramsbottom, cabinet member for housing, deputy manager for the mental health unit. So, of course, a privilege to have her here today to speak to us. Please take it away, Claire Cummins.
Hi, I'm Claire Cummins, and I'm one of the trustees for the BAME Project. And we're here today to celebrate MACFEST. We're here today to celebrate everything that's fantastic about our diverse community, the arts, music, and just a celebration of everything. I really hope that everyone enjoys the event today, because we have got some fantastic things going on. I'd just like to put on record a big thank you to Umrana and the BAME Project. It's an honour to be a trustee for the BAME Project. They've done some fantastic work in this really testing times of the COVID period. They have looked after our most vulnerable in the community, our refugee community, and some of the projects that Umrana has put forward to make sure that we're looking after the women in Bury, particularly our most vulnerable women. I'd just like to thank her deeply because it really means a lot to me that this work is going on to improve women's lives. Big thank you, Umrana.
Fantastic. Thank you very much again, Claire Cummins. Now it is time, thankfully, something that I've really enjoyed. I think they've done a fantastic job, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next. It is Rosetta Entertainment again. This time they're moving over a little bit closer to where we are today, well, not too close, and they're going to be doing a Turkish folk dance. So let's see what Rosetta Entertainment have in store for us now.
Abdullah, you're on mute, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry. I had a bit of a disaster because I'm trying to open these sweets. I put myself on mute so I could quickly open them and eat some, but they're tied down so well I couldn't get into them. It's not good for fat people like me. It's hard to get into. Once again, they'll be in your goodie bag from Glorious Gifts in Bury that will be arriving soon. God, I had a nightmare there with those sweets. It is now time to head over to our next speaker. This speaker grew up in Bury, returned 6 years ago to become head teacher at St. Luke's, volunteer for BAME, as very passionate about social justice and gender equality. So it is fantastic to introduce now Melanie Michael.
Hello everybody, my name's Melanie Michael. I'm the head teacher at St. Luke's Church Primary School in the centre of Bury. I am delighted to thoroughly and passionately endorse BAME Project, MACFEST, and I'm delighted that our children are going to be dancing Bollywood style for you all to enjoy. I wish BAME and MACFEST every success this year.
Okay, and as you can see on the screen, it is now time to see St. Luke's School do a Bollywood dance. So let's see what they've got to offer. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. That really superb. Takes a lot of confidence to do something like that as well, and they really pull it off. Fantastic performance there from St. Luke's Primary School. Fantastic. Now, guys, it is time to introduce our next speaker, I believe. It is someone who's a BAME volunteer. Oh, we want to see a dance again. Okay, let's see some more dancing. Fantastic. Thank you so much to St. Luke's Primary School. Fantastic performance all round. And again, thank you to Melanie Michael as well, the head teacher at St. Luke's, for your chat earlier as well. And now it's time to introduce a BAME volunteer, someone who's brought up 4 girls and went back to university to complete a degree, which of course takes enormous strength, courage, and to go back to something. I know how hard it is. So well done. Yeah, let's introduce her. It is, of course, Naila Mohammed.
My name is Naila Mohammed and I'm one of the BAME Project trustees in Bury. Bury is a fantastic and diverse place to live and work and bring up family. It is a welcoming place with a range of different cultures. We in Bury are proud to be awarded the Town of Culture Award and to be hosting the Muslim Arts and Culture event to celebrate the achievements of Muslim artists. This is a fantastic opportunity to get involved.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now it is time. I was going to do the end thanks here, but it does look like we want to hear a little bit more for Umrana Farouk. Is that correct? Okay, let's hear a little bit more from Umrana Farouk.
I would personally like to thank the founder of MACFEST, Qaisra Shahraz, Vice Lieutenant of Manchester, Sharman Birtles, and our host, Abdullah Afzal, and of course our sponsors, Bury Council, Bury Town of Culture, Glorious Gifts of Bury, and Hazrat Rukhsar. Thank you all very much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Yes, once again, I'd like to repeat what she just said as well, and thank you to all the sponsors who helped us today. Fantastic goodie bag as well. So thank you all for all your hard work and for your support. And now let's hear some final words from the founder of MACFEST, Qaisra Shahraz.
Thank you so much, Abdullah. Again, what can I say? What an amazing event, mashallah. So much included and beautifully presented. Well done, everybody. So, but I have to thank people, and there are lots of people to thank. So please sit back and let's enjoy those people who have contributed to be acknowledged. So first of all, thank you to our chief guest, Lord Vice Lord Lieutenant Charmaine Birtles for launching Barry MACFEST with us and for her lovely warm speech and wishes. So thank you, Charmaine, for joining us and staying with us till the end. Thank you. Thank you to our distinguished guests for their part and speeches. So thank you, Mayor of Bury, Councillor Tim Pickstone, Councillor Jane Black, Councillor Tamil Tariq, who really enjoyed his golgappe, and I wanted some of those, Councillor Eamon O'Brien, the clever young man who started very early in his career, and Councillor Claire Cummins, who's very much valued by the BAME project, by being involved with it as a trustee. And thank you to you, Abdullah. You're a marvelous host as always, a real true comedian, and we love having you for MACFEST. And you're such a valued person.
Thank you.
I want to thank also and congratulate all the participants, the artists, the performers, the speakers, and of course the members of the council that I've just mentioned. Thank you again to Glorious Gifts Berry for providing over 70 goodie bags, and Abdullah, of course, been trying to get his sweeties, and Charmaine Birtles already had hers, and I've got my bag, which I kept for today, and I will go through it later. And there's a real nice mug as well, and I'll show you again my little canvas there. So thank you so much for all of that. Where am I now? So the BAME Project, it all focuses on them. Without them, this event would not have happened. I knew Amrana, I met her 2 or 3 years ago, and I knew from her enthusiasm, her passion, her commitment and hard work that she and her team, her family included, as you met her 2 daughters, would produce a marvelous event with the support of everyone, including the local leaders, the cultural partnerships, Newtons and everybody else. And so they have indeed, and I'm so proud of them. They have worked so hard for many months, and I've been part of that journey to put this together. And during a very difficult time, as you will recognize, it was supposed to be a live event. They were all set up for that. And then at the last minute, last month, they had to go digital. And this is with her family of 5 children, her full-time job and everybody else. So it's really a wonderful achievement. And throughout, what I was impressed about was they maintained their excitement and their enthusiasm. And they have my full admiration, my full gratitude for producing this fab event. This event is what we wanted for MACFEST, was not just institutions. We wanted a community-led event, and this was it. So it provides, I believe, a good template for other towns and cities to host something similar if they so wish. So well done, everyone, again, for organizing this. And thank you for being part of our MACFEST national journey. And today, because it's the launch of Bury MACFEST, for making history today. And it's so appropriate because your town, is it city? I can't remember, city of Bury, you have become the city of culture. So which is just perfect for us to have MACFEST there. Now, thank you to our technical team at Bury's. And there's somebody called Matthew from Journey's House Production. So thank you so much for all the videos you've taken. And I know it will have taken weeks and months to do that, outdoors and indoors. And thank you to the House of Ruxar for those Arabic canvases that I've just shown you. And then from our own end in Manchester, in hosting us. Thank you to Luke, who's there, who's hosted us in this webinar today, this afternoon, and the rest of the MACFEST team behind the scene, Mariam, Hajra, Hanan, Ala, Sahir, Abi, Dolly, Brenna, Susie, Steve, Barbara, and Dudia. I felt they deserve their names mentioned today, as I've mentioned many others. Thank you to Rosetta Entertainment. My goodness, without their entertainment, would you agree it would not be the same? Abdullah, what do you think?
Yeah, fantastic. I especially love the Kashmiri dance. It was amazing.
Absolutely. They went through so many different countries. And then those cultural hubs from 4 or 5, cultural ethnic background that they managed to put together. And this is all within lockdown, the sort of keeping distance. So I really appreciate that. They entertained us so much, those ladies. Thank you so much. Now then, thank you to St. Luke's Primary School for their wonderful and fun-filled performance by their pupils. I really loved it. They were fun to watch. And as you know, MACFEST works with schools and colleges, and they normally host MACFEST days and events. So this was just perfect. So St. Luke's Primary School in Bury is the first one in Bury to host such an event. And I'm proud of them, and I hope other schools will do the same for next year. So thank you, Barry, for involving a school too, Amrana. Many congratulations, and thank you to the head, Melanie Michael, who you've already heard, and the teacher, Naila Muhammad, you have heard, who have worked with the children and all their hard work. So finally, I want to say thank you to all of you, our attendees, who have worked with us with MACFEST from our end in Manchester and in Barry, and of course the attendees who have attended us today. Now, in terms of attendees, I've been told that you can email. We will take your email and we will get in touch with you, and you will get your goodie bags. I also wanted to thank. There is someone I have missed. Let me think. Have I missed anyone? Let me think. I think I covered everyone. If I have missed anybody, I'm sorry.
Just Allah, I think.
Sorry?
I said just Allah, I think.
Of course, thank you to Allah Pak, mashallah, for the blessings. So overall, it's been an amazing event, everybody. So thank you for joining us from wherever you have joined. Thank you, Umrana, the BAME team. Thank you, all the sponsors, all the participants, and all our special guests once again. And Abdullah, for you hosting it beautifully in your own typical style, mashallah. So good afternoon, everybody, and assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.